Hello and welcome to episode 129 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me tonight, the Cornhusker himself, Perry Burkum.
That's right. Fair warning, I just ate a triple bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's.
Ooh,
I believe they call it a Baconator. Dude,
that sounds...
It was so... By the way, you know they have like the whole fresh, never frozen thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer, man, because there is a huge difference. It's delicious. I mean, it really... Wendy's burgers, they're delicious. I love Wendy's. And I don't eat it very often because it's pretty expensive. But I was just,
it's funny. I can remember growing up, I would go to Mets games with my buddy Tom. I'm talking like 6th, 7th grade. So we would go with his parents,
Mm-hmm.
And we'd always stop and get Wendy's before the game. And I remember I was like, ugh, I hate Wendy's, And I think it's because I must have gotten a burger one time, and like they left all the fixins on there, you know what I mean? And like I want cheese.
You're a meat and cheese kind of guy.
Yeah, meat, cheese, and some ketchup, and I'm good to go, So I remember I would always be like, well, I guess I'll get nuggets or something, But fast forward to present day, and the burgers are definitely good. Like you said, they definitely have a good taste to them.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
They're better
fabulous.
Quality, but it's funny, I never get the burgers from there.
The chicken sandwiches?
Well, yeah, I get the chicken Asiago sandwich.
Oh, dude.
You ever had that bad boy?
Oh, yes.
Super
Fabulous.
good. It's super good.
Oh, yeah.
So that's I should next time I go to Wendy's, which, like you said, I don't go very often.
Right.
I should for good old time's sake get a burger.
Get a nice burger.
But those
think of me.
The Asiago ranch
and dude,
chicken.
their fries are so good too. Like their natural cut fries.
Yeah,
oh.
they put the sea salt, right?
So good.
Isn't that what they were advertising?
So good. Oh yeah.
Dude, I am hungry. I had a chicken Caesar salad at work today.
Yeah.
Which was fine,
Yeah. Was it a vending machine? Chicken Caesar salad?
No, it was. I went to Walmart last night, and it's actually nice. They sell it like all packaged up, so it's not together, and you just grab and it's like $3. So I'm like,
nice.
Lately, I've just not been eating at work really. So I was like, I know I'm going to be recording when I get home, so I was like, I better eat a little something, so then that way I'm not dying.
And you ate a little something, and that is called a chicken Caesar salad.
And here I am.
I love chicken Caesar
dying.
And here you are dying. Yeah. Now that just got your system going, so you're burning calories now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll burn those calories
is
so I can
buy Wendy's.
I was going to say, and it's taco
fresh.
night, baby.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Never.
I don't know
you know why they've got? You know why they got square burgers?
Why?
Because they never cut a corner, Perry.
But
no, that's I'm pretty sure that was at one point.
I'm sure that was
their
a slogan.
Yeah. We don't cut corners.
I love their square burgers.
But it's funny before we move on.
Okay, all right.
Think about how much they would say they cut those burgers circular. How much extra the corners would make,
Yeah.
They're probably wasting tons of money, but they probably charge you for it. So they're probably not wasting any money.
Well, I mean, the diameter would be bigger on a circle burger, so it'd probably work out the same if they wanted to do that. Like they could still make it smaller or bigger.
Yeah, I envision them just literally taking the square burger and just cutting off the corners so it fits nicely on the bun,
Gotcha.
If they wanted to be cheapos.
Well,
Cheapskates.
Cheapos. But they don't cut any corners.
Nope. No, they don't.
That's the whole point. See?
Amen.
Yeah.
Dude, I want some Wendy's now.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, wait.
All right, see you.
Oh, wait, I can one-man it for a little bit.
All right, go.
Today no. So we had a really, really, really packed episode last week. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We had record number of guests on.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean,
4?
We had
guests?
you, me, Mick. Then we had Panda. Then we had Xander, and Jordan. Yeah, 6. 6 total, including us, the mainstays.
Cray. Absolutely cray. So this week is probably going to be a little shorter, but just FYI.
We've said that before.
We have said it before.
We'll say it again. We don't know if it'll come true or not.
That's right. And we do have a few games to talk about, little quick bites. I've been busy doing other things this week, but I will start the show off with a really funny quick bite that you're going to be like, oh, please. And that is Picross S2. Yeah, so I've come up with a new routine. Are you ready? Do you ever get into, I mean, you know, new lifestyle routines like night or morning routines?
Yeah, where you
know
find
what I mean?
little
Like-
pockets of time.
Like I know, like right now, you're kind of like like you kind of sleep as late as you can, then get up and go to work, right? I mean, that's kind of the.
Yeah,
Right, I mean,
that's how I've always done it.
I
I,
used to be
wish
like
I
that
could.
too.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to work from noon to 8, and I would like seriously wake up at like 11.
Oh,
like
dude,
every day. It was
I
just so
remember
stupid.
back in the
was
day.
so stupid.
I used to work like I'd go in at 2. I mean, and this I'm talking at this point. It'd either be late high school or early college, and yeah, I would I'd sleep till like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And I'd be like, oh, what a turd! I gotta go to work. But
I know.
on the opposite side, I'd be up till like 4 or 5 in the morning playing
Exactly.
games. So
Exactly. So whatever floats your Jimmy. But
and that is how we got the Rated M podcast.
explicit rating. No. So I come up with a new routine, and that is obviously like we get up at 6:45, and I make a pot of coffee, and now I grab an oatmeal cream pie, and watch an episode of Frasier before Jill goes to work. That's the routine now. But I've added to the routine, and it is play a game of Picross on the Switch, on the TV.
Ooh.
In the morning, and then at night before I go to bed. And there's something incredibly therapeutic and nice, and I'm sure there's some sort of studies going. Obviously, you got to think like you're working your brain.
Yeah, you're jump firing.
Yeah, and it's you're doing that, and it helps flex your little brain muscles there, and then also there's something really awesomely calming about Picross, the music from there, and just the puzzle itself. But the music is, I really for some reason just totally dig it. That Jupiter's done on their Switch stuff, especially because it's kind of a whole new different experience on Switch. Because you got to think of, this is one of the games that was normally, I mean, you think of like all those 3DS games that we're missing, like like Dylan's Rolling Western, those little eShop titles from Nintendo that we miss, right?
Yep.
We're missing. Well, Picross, this is kind of one of them. I mean, this really is one of them that you think this is one of their handheld games that it's really fun to play, and you have like it's a puzzle, and it's just a good time sync, like for in between things or if you need a puzzle. And really, so this has been like a very handheld game since like basically the first one that came out on the Super Nintendo. I mean, I'm sure there are instances with console Picross games, but like as far as Nintendo wise, I mean, it's really been mostly handheld stuff besides the Super Nintendo one. And they were all made by Jupiter, which is so crazy. Same developer. Did you know that?
The old Jupe.
Yeah, that's why they're really, really nice and streamlined, really nice. But so it really is, no matter what anyone says, I mean, it's a different experience when you put it up on the screen and you have big speakers and it's not right in front of your face and you're more relaxed and reclined. I mean, it just feels different. And I've really enjoyed it. I don't know. I've been like, you know what? This is such a great veg out, relax. And Jill even likes like watching and doing the puzzles, with me. So it's been really fun. So
you've been cheating. You've got help doing these Your brain's not working properly.
Enough,
You're only working half your brain in the morning.
I'm always cheating with you. But yeah, there's a co-op mode too, which is really cool that they put that in. We haven't done that though. I've just been playing, and I think it's not like she really tells me like where to put stuff. It's just she just likes to watch it be filled out. Mm-hmm. She's still waking up.
No, I mean honestly, like watching people play video games is great. I remember growing up, like that's half of my gaming would be sitting in line watching my brother play. So
really crazy. Yeah, it makes sense though, because I understand. Yeah, I mean, I
was
going to my
the
friend's house, I'm
younger brother.
playing stuff like that. Yep.
Like,
Me too. Except for my brothers never really played video games. It's weird.
Like, so I probably mentioned it before, but I'll never forget when we got the N64, and I woke up at it was like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. I was like, yes, he's gonna be asleep, and I'm gonna get to play that sweet, sweet N64. And that dirty dog was already awake playing Madden, or I guess it might have been like Brett Favre's quarterback club '98.
Yeah, right. That's amazing. But yeah, totally. I love those feelings. Waking up before everyone else. Oh yeah. But that'll do it for my quick bite for Picross S2. I have another quick bite, but I think you have a few quick bites as well. So.
Yep, I've got some quick little nibblers here. Pretty much, I haven't, like you, I've been pretty much just playing what I talked about last week. We just recorded the Thirsty Mage Final Fantasy IX episode, which David's usually pretty good on the turnaround on those, so it's probably going to be up or maybe within a few days of when you're listening to this. But yeah, I was chugging along in Final Fantasy IX, and it's funny, I believe last week, and sorry if I'm crossing up what I talked about on which podcasts, but I'm pretty sure I was like, yeah, idiot. I'm pretty sure I said like that it was pretty slow, right? Like the battles took a while to get into, and just sort of like waiting for your character to be able to use a move, like sometimes it's just like too long, And I guess for 90, or I think it came out in 2000, like I think they were going for the cinematic, like look at this, ooh, we're gonna do some swirls, like the cameras would be turning into this battle around your characters, and it's gonna look cool, and nowadays it's like, all right, come on, like I just want to get into it. So I did discover the turbo option. So when you press start, you've got a couple options, which is pretty cool. Turbo, as you would imagine, just makes everything way faster. So it's nice when you're sort of turbo man. When you're out in the world, I just turbo this bad boy. When you're
turtle man.
What a great movie. And when you're trying to grind a little bit, it works well because now just everything goes way faster. I pretty much used it whenever I was in a battle, and it's a little cumbersome to get to. It's not that bad. It's like you got to press start, then you need to, I think it's R or the right trigger. I think it's the R button. Then you could press start to get back out, and it's not like a terrible thing. But when you think of like Mario and Luigi, the remakes, you just hold down the R button and it goes, fast. So
I didn't know that. That's cool.
So yeah, it's a little bit of work. And it's not so bad to flip it on once and go. But if you are bouncing between using it and not using it, it gets a little annoying. But nothing too bad.
Sure.
But yeah, I have not beaten the game yet. I'm about halfway through the third disc. I mean, obviously there's no discs on the Switch, but it's fun. It's sort of like a lighthearted, when you look at Final Fantasy VII, it's sort of gritty, and it's like, right,
this one kind of looks more like old school, like JRPG-ish.
Yeah, it is definitely old school JRPG. They essentially, it feels like sort of a love letter to the series. It's the last one that was on the PlayStation. They've got tons of callbacks, and if you listen to the Thirsty Mage episode, Jordan and David, they've got over I think 13 or 14 different references back to the original Final Fantasy that were hidden throughout the game. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting listen if you sort of like those callbacks and Easter eggs, and if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy. But yeah, it's fun. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. The characters, they're not like my overall the cast. There's some characters whatever. But Vivi's great.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Final Fantasy IX, man. It's
fun. It's on Switch, right?
Yep. For the first time on a Nintendo console, and yeah, it's nice. I should say the other options, you could speed it up. You could turn encounters off, actually. You could turn on, I think, where you always have trance, which is sort of like this Final Fantasy IX's limit break, except it sucks. Trance is the worst. Essentially, when you're like,
what is this?
So, I guess you haven't played Final Fantasy IX. It's like you pretty much
never played Final Fantasy.
You've played Smash Brothers. You know how like Cloud has his limit break that you charge up.
Okay. Yes.
And then it like
vaguely.
makes your moves super powerful.
Yes.
You like I think it's just by dishing out damage and stuff, you get like you build up your limit break, and once you get it, then you can activate it, and then it pretty much just makes you super badass for like a little bit, you know, like it just beefs you up. Now Trance, on the other hand, it's like when you take damage, it starts building up, and once the meter fills, you go into trance and you become powerful and you do more damage. A similar idea, except that you can't, like with limit break, you could decide when you do it. With trance, you don't.
Right.
So there have been cases where, I got hit, I've gone into trance, and like, oh wait, my other character just landed the final blow on the enemy and the battle's over, and that trance was just completely wasted. Like I didn't go to use it, it is gone now. And like, so there's like, it's just the timing.
I mean, that's silly, right?
Oh,
like,
it's asinine. It's
like,
so
like
stupid.
It's just like, how can they let something like that be designed when it's so obviously like it's just so obviously flawed like that?
Yeah, like if it had let you
right?
gone into like, all right, you've hit enough damage. Do you want to go into trance, or like you activated trance? It would be similar, you know. Limit break would be like, okay, I'm in with that, you know.
Yeah.
But the fact that you just sit there and like,
Lame.
and then like you don't really have too much choice on when it's activated, and yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, Final Fantasy IX, fun. I'd say little game, but it's not too little at all. But with Turbo, and I think Jordan beat the game in like 13 or 14 hours, so you can get through it pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, so why wouldn't you want to play with Turbo?
You move pretty darn quick. So,
okay.
Like it could be like
it's
when
nice
you're
to slow down and
like
does that
when
speed
you're
up
in
the music.
Nope, music stays nice
Okay,
and perfect. Cool. What it does do is, like I said, in towns when the like you're moving really quick. So there were times when I would be like, oh, missed that. Like I'd be sort of pushing over to go one area, but it didn't go, and then I walk off the other screen, you know, and I gotta go back.
It's just a little janky when you play that way.
Yeah. And like I said, I used it for the battles, and like when I was going through big areas, like when I get into a new area, like I still want to explore that and, you know, enjoy that sort of how it was meant to be, you know. But yeah, moving along, I've been playing a little more Trials Rising. Very little bits. Pretty much it'd be like, all right, I've played Final Fantasy IX, and I just need sort of like a break from this JRPG.
It's a great little quick bite game.
Yeah, exactly. Go in, do a couple races, do a little customization. You know what I mean? Get in there, customize your guy and your bike a little bit.
Sure.
It just, yeah, like you said, it's a really good game to just, I'm going to get in, I'm going to do a race or two. This new race, it's pretty tough. I need to sort of learn the lay of the land. Like, it took me like 10 minutes to figure it out and get first, and you know what? I'm good for now. I sort of,
right? I mean, like,
satiated.
I love games like that. I mean, honestly, since Mutant Mudds came out, that was my game like that. I mean, because it's the perfect. I know how to play Mutant Mudds. I have 5 to 10 minutes here. I can jump in, I can beat a level, or I can beat one of the parts of the levels, or I can collect some of the diamonds, and then, you know what I mean? It's just like,
there's just
perfect.
Something you can...
And honestly, it's just, there's not a lot of those games. Like, to be honest, there's not a lot that fit into that exact category where it's like, you can always go back and play them.
Yeah, it's
for a quick bite.
It's nice when you can just get into a game with minimal time and feel like you've accomplished enough to feel good about it, you know?
Exactly. And you kind of, it's like, like you feel a little overwhelmed at like the thought of starting this up to get in when I'm really just going to the bathroom.
yeah, like that's like with RPGs, you know, like, so I mean, sometimes it's good because, I'm just grinding, or I'm just traveling from point A to B, and, you know, that's easy enough to get in and do. But like when you run into those, like, I've got, you know, probably 20 minutes of story content coming my way. It's like, I'm not really trying to get into that right now, you know?
Right.
So it's, like Trials, boom, jump in, do a couple races, jump out.
This game definitely intrigues me. I'll definitely pick it up on a sale. I know.
I tell you
I'm
what,
picking it up on a sale. I'll just download it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you could try it out.
I could do it right now.
Yeah, you really
will.
should. I feel like it would actually be a game you might enjoy.
Oh, I know I enjoyed it because I've played it before. I played a game in it on Xbox.
Hopefully not Playground.
No, it wasn't that.
Thank the Lord. And then
It
this
wasn't that bad, was it?
No, I know, I'm kidding. It wasn't good. But yeah. And this other game I've been playing, which again I talked about last week, but it's sort of similar to Trials Rising in the sense that it's great to get in and play, and that is Ape Out. And yeah, have you been playing more of this game?
Nope. I want to.
You loser.
I'm going to. I just haven't.
Yeah, I've been chugging along, and essentially the game is sort of broken up into different albums. So you go through like side A and side B, right? And on side, I guess they're not always the same. How many are on each side? I don't think. No. But like you go through like 3 or 4 different sections on side A, and then you go to side B, and then you get that beautiful Ape Out when you reach the final ending there. I am on album number 4, and I am working my way. I'm actually just about at the end of side A on album 4. Now, I'm looking at it, and I think that might be the last album. The way it's presented in the menu, it looks like it should be. I don't know if maybe we'll unlock some more after it. And there is an option to do harder. Like, it literally just says harder, and then it looks like you go back through the same albums, but it's going to be even more difficult. But just super fun. Really, it gets pretty tough. And like in the beginning, you're just sort of going through like, oh, it's like an office building. Like more or less, it's looking the same each level. Like sure, the layouts are a little bit different. But as you keep pushing through, they definitely shifted up. You know, like power's going out and the lighting and the different colors, and just the game has so much style. And like you were saying with like the music and when you slam the enemies and like the percussion and like hi-hat noises, yeah. Just awesome. Super fun. I'm really digging Ape Out. And like I said, it's another one of those games where it's like how it's broken up. Like I said, on each side there are a couple different sections, and you can get through a section. I mean, if you don't die, you can get through it pretty quick, but it's going to take you a few tries. But again, it feels like one of those games where if you have 10 minutes, you could put in 10 minutes. You could probably finish at least one little section, or at least make some good headway where when you get back, you sort of, all right, I know how to tackle this now.
Totally.
But yeah, Ape Out, man. I definitely recommend Ape Out.
Yeah, it's a cool game. Very arcadey. Easy, like you said, easy to jump into. And I have one more game to round out our quick bites. And
it's brought to you by Wendy's.
Brought to you by Super Rare Games, actually, and that is Q.U.B.E 2. Q.U.B.E 2, man. So, have you ever heard of the Q.U.B.E series? You ever played it?
I have not. Nope.
I remember when the Wii U was like back in the Wii U days, the early Wii U days. Like we're Nintendo fans and we're sticking through this bad boy and we're excited for anything that's coming to it. You know, like this Watch Dogs port is awesome. Which I do like the Watch Dogs. Actually, I love Watch Dogs. But I remember Q.U.B.E, this game coming out, being like, this game looks cool. This is a first-person, you know, Portal-looking game. It just looks like a cool, pretty well-done game. HD coming to Switch or coming to Wii U. And I remember it took a while, and eventually it came out. And I didn't play it because it was like, I didn't even know. Actually, I didn't even know if it came. I didn't know it came out. I just remember when it was announced to come out, and then it seemed to be a really long while before it actually did. But apparently it did. But I was always interested in it when it was in the discussion. So Q.U.B.E 2, I've heard of this game, and I heard talks of it coming to Switch, but didn't really know if it was. And this is the first time, like with Super Rare, where they actually had the game in hand before it was even announced that it was coming out. which is really cool.
I like that kind of release.
Oh yeah, it's like boom, it's here. It is Q.U.B.E 2. You can buy it physically from Super Rare. You know, at the same time that it's releasing. And so and the cover looks amazing. You should look up the cover art for Q.U.B.E 2. Looks awesome. Funnily enough, it kind of looks a lot like Rhyme, the box art to Rhyme, which is also really good. It has like the blue sky with the white. But I was like, yeah, this game looks really awesome.
I do
really
like
cool. It. And so it's funny. You look at the Amazon prices for Super Rare games. Everyone should go check those out. I'm not selling mine. That's not me. Just FYI. But yeah, I mean, they're like $80 to like $200 or to even more.
I wonder if people are buying them though.
I don't know. I have no idea. But it's pretty crazy because they are. I mean, they really truly are super rare. And what's crazy is that all of them are sold out. Like besides like one from Super. I mean, they're selling out on everything. Crazy, right? I mean, it's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, Q.U.B.E 2, played it a little bit, and I didn't know exactly what to expect. You know, I heard from my friend Aaron. He's like, well, it's only like 6 hours long. You know, it's a lot like Portal. And I was like, yeah, I like Portal. I didn't play through the whole thing. I wasn't a huge
6
fan.
hours
huge,
long
huge
sounds great.
I know. And I was like, that sounds amazing. Yeah. And really, I love it. I got to playing it, and it really hooked me because it's so simple. And it's like a simpler, more refined version of Portal. Like, you know, Portal is really cool, obviously, right? But it can be pretty janky because of how open it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like where you can put a portal and the crazy amount of physics is just, it's awesome, right? But it can be like a little hard to really nail exactly what you want because it's so precise. But this one is precise in a different way where it's like, you know, so the way it's played is there's 3 different types of cubes. There's red and green and blue. Red, when you're pointing your beacon at it and you know hit L like trigger, then you can trigger it and it basically is just like a block that just juts out. That's it. It's just a block that comes out of the ground wherever it's in. It can be on any surface and it just juts out like a little ledge. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
And then blue cubes are, if you touch them, it springs you. It's like a spring. And it's crazy. And what I love about it is that it's not like dependent on how you enter the cube. It's not like if you come from the side and hit it just right, it'll bounce you a certain direction the other way. It's kind of like wherever you hit it, it will bounce you in the exact right position.
Okay. All right.
So, and I like that a lot. Like, I think that really made I'm sure it made with the level design, some of the puzzles way harder to design to get really crazy, because if you have the spring that just always puts you at the same spot and you know the variable doesn't change in what direction you're going, you know, it kind of, but the amount of, and then so I guess I'll introduce the third cube is, it's actually a green cube that just drops out and it's a separate cube. Like it actually falls out of the place it's at, falls on the ground, and you can basically,
is that so you move it wherever you need to?
You could kind of. I mean, like you can't pick it up and move it yourself, but you can use other things to move it. You know, so it falls out. It uses gravity. You know, so it's like basically, let's say there's a big open, you know, bottomless pit, whatever, just a pit, and you pull out a green one and it just falls to the ground. It's like, oh, I need to make this cube under here. You can change any of the white cubes to any color. So that's the idea. Like you got to figure out which cubes do I need to use to solve the puzzle. So I need to make the bottom one red so I can pull it out so that the green one will land on it, you know, when it falls. And then maybe and then you can jump on that red one, then jump on the green one to get up to a higher spot, you know, or just, it's just stuff like that. So it's really simple. The game is really fun and really, really, you feel really smart because of how it's just 3 different colors. So you can kind of learn exactly like what you think you're doing. And then it's like, how do I do this? It's like, I don't get it. What could I possibly do different? Oh, I can use it like this, like
that.
Have
the aha
cube
moment
right here. And it's like, yeah, but it's not overwhelming, you know? It's not like there's so much stuff going on. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. It's really nice. And the aesthetic is really cool. And funnily enough, this is what's so funny. Funnily enough, the voice acting is actually really surprisingly good Like, the script is really nice, and the main actress you play is this woman that's kind of dropped into this place, and you don't really know where you are, and you're talking to another woman on the intercom who's kind of helping you get through places and stuff. And they're British, female voices, and there's some creepiness to some stuff, like some areas, and they do some really fun effects. And honestly, I was just kind of like, whoa, I did not expect the good, like actually like well acted out and nicely written scene. So I don't know who they got to write it. I'd be interested to look at that and what other games they've done, because it just caught me off. Like, it's weird to have actually good narration and good story. I mean, the story's not like anything like crazy or anything, but I mean, it's when it's well done,
nicely.
It's well done. Yeah. I mean, I was
not groundbreaking,
surprised,
but that's all right. You know, it doesn't need to be.
I mean, exactly. I mean, every time, usually when there's any sort of any sort of crazy narration or anything, it's usually kind of stilted and pretty. I'm a video game developer that wrote the script for this as well, Yeah. I'm just saying that's usually how it is.
I don't need a writer.
Yeah, I don't need to pay someone to write. I write.
Yeah,
good.
and I told me fail English.
That's impossible. But yeah, so that's Q.U.B.E 2. I recommend it to down. I mean, it's sold out, I believe, from Super Rare. I don't know, but from the eShop, go ahead and download it, and you can also see the unboxing. I did an unboxing on our YouTube channel of it. I'm gonna do unboxings of all of them because they have those fun little trading cards and stuff in there, so it's fun to see.
Perry's Pandora box.
You know who has the best Super Rare release? You know who it is?
Super Rare?
Yeah, who has the best Super Rare games release?
Is it a game that I have a copy of that
it is? Yeah,
signed?
It's obvious. Yes, exactly. It's Mutant Mud's collection. I know I may sound biased, but it's because of that O sleeve, that O ring that goes around it. It looks so nice. And even look at your collection right now, Case, and you can see it's like, look at that, like that game.
It pops.
It has that.
It
pops.
It's got the
looks
pop
so much
figure.
better. So I really hope they start doing those. They did it for the Knights of Pen and Paper combo pack because it's 2 in 1. But
is it like a double sleeve kind of thing?
It's in like a double sleeve. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I hope they return to those because I think those are so cool, so cool. Anyway, and that's gonna wrap us our quick bites up, right? It's a good half hour.
Yeah, we made that into an appetizer. It might not. Good. It might not have been an entree. But that was like that was an order of mozzarella sticks or a jalapeno poppers for the boys,
Jalapeno. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was So let's take a quick break because why not? I need to get a drink and we'll come back and we'll do some listener mail. How about that?
Ooh, yes.
Okay, we're back and we have some listener mail.
Listener mail. Yeah.
From our main man, Terrence. And this is from Twitter, right?
Yep. He tweeted in to us and RFN as well.
Oh, there you go. He said, here's a mailbag topic. In your opinions, what's Nintendo's best DLC offering? Qualifiers. Is paid or free, like Splatoon 2. Third-party use of first-party IP, like Hyrule Warriors or Mario and Rabbids, and Mario Kart 8 disqualified because this is an easy choice. So we can't say Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. Mario Kart 8 is easily the best DLC there's ever been.
Yeah.
Not just because like the tracks were amazing, but like the price was so cheap too.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like actual, like. Yeah. Obviously, the free stuff is really my favorite because that's really the only stuff I don't buy DLC that much. I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I even bought the reason why is I bought DLC to one of my favorite games of all time, like Breath of the Wild. Didn't even touch it.
Oh, I know. I was gonna say that's got to be. I mean, I know we're sort of talking about like what's the best DLC, but one of the biggest letdown DLCs. I think is Zelda in the sense that it's just like
it didn't push me to go play it again.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess the hard mode is is great if you really want that challenge, you know, and like I understand there are definitely a lot of people out there who want that. That's not something I necessarily need or want. But then I was just, you know, when we were sort of like, all right, the big robust story DLC, you know, like maybe they didn't say it was big and robust, but the story DLC, you know, that was what everyone was excited for. And to me, what I envisioned was, okay, you're going to discover a new island or, you know, whatever, story conceit. Oh, like you're actually playing in a different set, you know, time where it's like its own little island or its own little area that's sort of self-contained, and like there were just new challenges and new shrines and new stuff in there to go. And even if it was a 5-hour, you know, like you're gonna get through it in 5 hours, you're gonna get a nice little story, and you're gonna go do this, that, and
It'd
that.
be amazing.
That's what I wanted. I didn't want what we got. So yeah, it's when I think of DLC, yeah, it's like I try to
obviously,
think.
like you got to think like New Super Luigi U is really, really awesome, right? But it's kind of like almost like and it's like it was also offered as a physical game, and it's so cool in many ways. I mean, it's a DLC for sure.
Yeah,
that'd be one of my favorites. But I still like I just got to playing that on this release, so I'm trying to think of like a DLC that I was like really excited for. And then I downloaded it and I played it, you know, and I literally, this is going to sound funny, but I think one of them was, I mean, I would say the combination of both WarioWare DIY and Mario Maker. Just the idea, well, like with WarioWare, you have new levels made by Nintendo that you could download, and that was really cool. Like, what a great idea. And that's how they should do WarioWare. I mean, how cool would that be? Doesn't that make sense, dude? To like have WarioWare and then like have a nice big juicy campaign, all that stuff, and then like, you know, 6 months, a year later, get a whole new bunch of mini games that you can buy in a pack of 20, you know, for $10 or something, and then you can play those all in the multiplayer games. And so that was cool. So you could download those, not only, you know, but that's kind of cheating because that's kind of like everyone, but Nintendo put out their own stuff. But it was like fun. Like you could download, I remember downloading games. I made a runner game by Gaijin. Gaijin made a runner mini game. I remember that, downloading that. And that was so cool, you know? And then with Mario Maker, the free updates, very much Splatoon-like, where kept just coming out. See, I guess Splatoon would probably be my pick because that was something that I would sit at work and me and Aaron would be seriously sitting at work going, oh my goodness, there's a new slosher coming out tonight with this and this. Yeah, I know. And it was just like, I cannot wait. And we'd go home and then we'd call you and then we'd all play with the new stuff. It was so much fun. That was great. That was great stuff.
And what's nice, like you said, what's nice about the free DLC, especially how Splatoon sort of rolled it out, is, hey, you haven't played Splatoon in a week or so, like, why don't you pick it up again? There's an excuse, you know? I think with... It's funny because Splatoon 2 offered that single-player DLC we all wanted, right? And I never went back and played it. But like
I never even bought it.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, one of my favorite games.
That's one of the things like I like when they do that, and like I know it's sort of like you said. Usually with DLC, I beat a game or I play enough of a game, and I sort of like just dust my hands. You know, like okay, I've went through that.
Let me ask you this. I mean, I guess this is going to lead to where I think you could say, but I guess if they would have done the Octo expansion as a standalone game for $30, would you have bought it? I'm just wondering, like with maybe new stuff.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you're not the hugest of Splatoon.
Yeah,
fans.
I like Splatoon, but it's
like,
not my favorite.
I would definitely buy that, whereas you would kind of, you know, you bought the Torna.
Yeah, well, that's
expansion.
where my example was going to go next. Was going to be that's the kind of DLC I like, right? It's essentially they've given me what I wanted out of Zelda.
They've given Luigi U.
They've given me a nice big new area to go explore. They've got new characters. They tweaked up the battle system so it's not literally just, you know, more of the same combat wise. And I mean they just unfortunately the stupid padding with the quests sort of soured a little bit on that. But like that's the kind of experience I want, you know. I want to get in there and like in a situation like that, it's like just I love the game, give me more in a new area that I can go explore. you could look at Aces, which we're going to talk about in the news a little bit. They've been a steady stream of new free characters. I think that's a nice DLC too.
That's cool. Yeah.
And like I could even think it's like Fire Emblem's always got DLC, but it's essentially more maps, right? It's like I don't need that.
Yeah, last thing I want is more Fire Emblem maps.
Yeah, it's like you already give me 4 million, in the
I remember
85 games.
when Fire Emblem they kind of had that like pay to win DLC because you could unlock a lot of gold.
Yep, the gold and the experience farming. Like, just do this mission over and over again. You just get tons of experience, and
they had that first new Super Mario Bros. 2. Remember the DLC, the pretty extravagant DLC for that game? Did you remember that at all for the 3DS?
You better refresh my mind.
You can it was like you bought them in level packs, and it was like the separate mode where you play through it, and it's 3 levels, and you try to get as many coins as you want, and then you can like set the record, and then your friends can see the record, and you can street past them. Really neat. I mean, really cool. And I remember what was so fun is I remember me and my friend Matt would see what's the least amount of coins we can get, and send that score over, and you try to beat the other one.
Try and avoid it, yeah.
It's like, how the crap did you get to that whole thing getting 5 coins, you know?
You cheating?
And it was just, yeah. So that was actually a pretty fun DLC. I didn't get every single one, but it was cool because they did like retro throwbacks. And I just think that, man, if they could have a DLC that would be worth it to me as someone, Mario Maker 2 could be that one where they have purchasable DLC where I would think that is worth it because that gives it this like okay, if I want to buy a group of items for whatever or just a theme, like imagine if they did themes like the Super Mario Land theme. I mean, of course, I'd love it to be in the game, but I love stuff that if it's like after. Remember when they started DLC, they made a big Iwata member saying like, "We did not start the DLC until after the game was done." I remember Reggie even saying that too. They just want to say like, this is that that's how we're justifying DLC.
This is literally additional content.
It's additional content, So that's what I like to see in games. I like to see the additional content, post stuff with stuff that's actually useful that makes me want to go back and play it, like a theme that I could have fun with in like Super Mario Land, or like. Dude, imagine Super Mario Bros. 2 even. That would be like with the mushroom, with the turnips, I mean.
Ooh-wee.
Wouldn't that be fun? I mean,
there's
so much stuff you could do. Imagine Super Mario 64, or Super Mario 64 theme, and it's just side-scrolling,
Yeah, I could be down with that, dude.
Right? I mean, it's just like there's so much they could do, and couldn't you see that being, I mean, I know, and this is how they could do it. They would sell that theme for $9.99, and they would sell it with 30 levels that they designed with that theme. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like a whole game. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, that's the kind of stuff. So very similar to
more Mario Kart 8 DLC
Mario Kart 8. Yeah.
Lots of content for not that much money.
Mario Kart 8, if that's disqualified from our choosing, then stuff that's like that, then please. That's what we're going to hope for in the future. So yeah, so that's a good convo about their DLC offerings.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how they move forward. I'm trying to think of games this year. Obviously,
think about Fire Emblem, dude. Fire Emblem's gonna be.
They're gonna get a huge batch of DLC, and that'll probably, like with Fire Emblem as well. That's a game they can just keep on pumping. It's like because it would just making more maps essentially, and some story. They can they'll pump out tons of that. I'm trying to think. Obviously, we already know Smash is getting a bunch of DLC.
Luigi's Mansion?
That would be interesting.
I could see that getting DLC.
That would
I feel
be
like it's something they would put that effort in for.
That would be ripe for like
a new mansion.
Yeah, exactly. Like the kind of DLC we're talking about, where it's like you're gonna get a new area, and here you go. Here are the challenges associated with that. The real question is gonna be: is Animal Crossing gonna have DLC? Is there gonna be like a DLC furniture pack or something, But then how does that work with trading? I don't think they will. I hope they don't. Maybe like I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe like a DLC, like you unlock a new, like sort of like the island,
Yeah, Yeah.
but not necessarily the island,
Yeah.
but like a new area or something.
I'm sure that there is stuff that when they put the effort in to sell it to get more money out of you, that you can feel not bad for buying it.
Yeah.
Because it's I think the big thing for me is like, whoever feels good about buying day one DLC. I mean, that's just weird, That's you're just
the promise of more to come.
I mean, you know what I mean? And
I got rope-a-doped, although I think I ended up buying the Zelda DLC pack once the first bit dropped. I don't think I did it launch day. But yeah, I bought that and then never really went back and played much of it at all. So they just want your dollars.
Those jerks.
Yep.
But they put motorcycles in Zelda.
Yeah, those sons of guns.
Yep. Well,
thank you, Terrence, for the fantastic email and tweet, I should say. Just a reminder to anyone listening, you can always write in, whether it is tweeting us at Talk Nintendo Pod, that's Talk Nintendo
POD,
or you can write in at Nintendo World Report to Talk Nintendo Podcast at NintendoWorldReport.com. Yeah, or just tweet at either Perry or I, whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, you want to blast it at us, we'll listen.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's take another quick just like a 10 seconds break.
You need another drink, Perry?
I need to go to the bathroom.
The Baconator.
It went right through me.
It's a calling.
Yep.
Alrighty, we are back. It was a quick 10 seconds for you, but maybe not for us, because Perry had some eShop troubles, but he's back, he's ready, he's got his games.
I have my games.
Yep. Just to reiterate, I know it's been a couple weeks at this point, we're shaking it up, the new eShop Roundup.
The new eShop Roundup.
Now, instead of listing every single game, which has become increasingly difficult and time-consuming, we are now going through prior to the show, or during our 10 seconds break, if you're Perry, and we're looking at the games, and we're picking one or two games that we sort of want to highlight that might be worth checking out. So I think, Perry, you want to kick us off with your first game?
I sure will. This is a new Switch game, $3.99, and it's called Void. And this is a really, really neat looking. It's a pixely Mega Man almost looking shooter platformer, and you got to select your Ploid. So I guess you can play with different characters. They even have different stats and stuff. And the game looks really, really cool. Old school arcade and platform tribute. You don't have a lot of those on the Switch, do you?
No, you really don't. But
it's
moving on.
It's only $3.99 though.
Well, I was gonna say, moving on. I guess I'll take a game while we're talking about old school pixely games. My first look right here is Pixel Devil and the Broken Cartridge. This is an old school pixel art platformer. You end up in an 8-bit video game world, and you got to get through the challenging levels, beat various bosses, learn new skills, and find the villain behind the abduction of young women.
Oh.
Not even just like a single one. I guess they're out there.
Yep.
Snatching up all the women. Yeah, it looks cute. It's like very, it looks like it would definitely run on a good old-fashioned NES, but it looks great. Your main character like totally looks like he was just playing some games after school or something, and now he's in there with a blaster. And yeah, it looks cool.
Nice, and that's $9.99.
$9.99, yes sir.
Now this next game was on the Wii U, I believe, and it's Swords and Soldiers 2: Schwarmageddon.
The Schwarma.
$14.99. It's on sale right now for $12.74. I've played the first game, and it's like a side-scrolling real-time strategy game. And you kind of start on the left, and you have an army, and you're fighting guys as they come from the right. And as you can see, if you look this up, it's very beautiful, colorful backdrop, cool-looking game. Has the Vikings. What do Vikings, Persians, and demons have in common? They're all willing to fight for the perfect shawarma.
Boom. And Perry, I swear we didn't plan this. Speaking of Vikings.
Yeah.
You didn't have anything more to say about that game,
Nope,
did you?
that was it. Yeah, that was it.
We're moving on to my second pick, and out of the two, this would, I think, be my pick of the week.
Pinball?
Nope.
Oh.
Thimble. Which
Thimble.
is, this combines intense Viking battles with a
Thimble
deep
with an
story.
F.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know. I thought you said thimble.
Why don't you unclog your ears, you big Jimbot?
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, deep story that unfolds through in-game comics to bring the frozen world of the Norse sagas to life.
Oh, cool.
Now, what's cool is it looks visually very, very cool.
Yeah.
Lots of snow, which I'm missing right now.
Jimmy's
And-
covered in snow.
Yep. And what's cool is, I guess, you get to decide or make decisions within the game, and that's going to alter how the game plays out. And it looks like you can go back and navigate your choices and go to any intersection and follow a different path through the story. And they also boast a complex but easy-to-learn weapon-based combat system. Yeah, this game is a
looks
little
cool.
more expensive, $29.99.
Yeah, it's $30.
But it looks cool. It looks like it could be a cool little game.
Yeah, and I think there's a typo at the end on the page there. It says, "Use items from the distant past to grow and battle the mighty Jotuns." I think it's supposed to be Jotuns, but
Yeah, a race of giant soldiers, and later the gods themselves.
that's Fimble. Oh, look at that! It's on sale though. You can get $3 off right now.
Yeah, the bad thing
26.
is, if you're listening to this, it's no longer on sale.
Oh, never mind. Never mind that then. But I guess it's time for our pick of the week, and I guess you're picking the Fimble.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess if you're looking for a little bit, well, that's what I like about our picks here, is that you've sort of got the more robust, you're looking to buy a game and get into it, but you also have a couple of those cheaper options where it's like, hey, you know what, I just want to sort of pick up something new, try something a little different. We got some choices there for you.
Yeah. Well, my pick of the week is actually going to be one I didn't talk about, and it's one that I got physically, and that is the Child of Light Ultimate Edition and Valiant Hearts: The Great War combo pack that I got physically.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I'll be playing those games. That's from Ubisoft, so I've been wanting to play. I've always wanted to play. That's an RPG I'm going to sink my teeth into, and one that we could do on a Thirsty Mage or something.
Ooh!
Have you played that, Child of Light?
I have not.
Okay,
That's
well, maybe we should.
the storybook rhyming one, right?
Yeah. It's made on the same engine as
Jordan
Rayman.
wrote that incredible review with all the rhymes.
Yes.
Let's check
Crazy.
that out.
Yep.
But
All right.
it is time to put that eShop behind us
It
and
is.
get on into the news block.
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
Yes, we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about this last week. We knew the Pokemon Direct was coming. It has come, it has gone, and we know now that the next generation, the first on a home console, even though the Switch is the hybrid, we've got Pokemon Sword and Shield. Which,
That's right. That's
which,
a pretty funny name.
yeah, sort of like, okay, like interesting
like,
name.
I think that would be cool if it was set in like medieval times. Like that'd be actually kind of cool. Like in a really
Oh, it would be, yeah, wild.
yeah, right? A Pokemon in medieval? That would be amazing. Why
That'd
haven't
be
they
really
done
cool.
that?
Yeah,
What
I guess.
the heck are they doing?
If you look at the region, it's sort of people are saying it's based on like Great Britain. So
Yeah.
maybe like I guess that's where the Sword and Shield sort of like older
Yeah.
times with like
Yeah,
castles
yeah.
and whatnot.
See, now I'm just gonna be thinking they should have made a medieval Pokemon game, which would have been amazing.
You could do it.
Okay. No, I can't.
We can do it.
We can do it. There you go. Thank you.
Boom. Yeah. So it looks really nice. I mean, I know. I feel like people are out there wanting like Pokemon to go into like some sort of crazy graphical, fidelity. Like, oh my god, look at this game. But like,
Not gonna happen.
it's like just sort of building upon Sun and Moon. Like, it looks better than those
I
games.
think it looks awesome. Oh yeah. So,
But
I think
it's that
the-
kind of style is what you're gonna
Yeah.
get with Pokemon. Which is not a bad thing to me.
No, I think the game looks amazing. Like,
Especially those cuts when they like the what really stood out to me was when it had the character in the middle and the camera was like rotating around the character and like all the different backdrops were changing, So like
Mm-hmm.
really like, man, this game looks really nice.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like more Pokemon, you know? Like, it's...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they did say they were going to try, like, new things, but keep old things, too. So I'm sure there's going to be more surprises to come.
I really, really, really hope it's just what they do, that they flesh it out like it should. Like, that whatever they do, you know, that they don't cheap out.
Don't half-ass it?
They don't cut corners. I hope they're like Wendy's here.
Yeah.
Because...
I want my Pokemon to be more like my Wendy's burgers.
Exactly. Never frozen. And because like it kind of really took me out of it. Like honestly, when I look back, when I think of Pokemon, what was it called? Let's Go Pikachu. I just think about all like of the corners they cut and how it was just like kind of just like a really just beautiful, like it was the bare minimum of what it could have been to be a decent and good game. Like it was a good game. It was great, but not incredible. And I hope that like, you know, that there's, you know, that they don't black out the screens for when they want to not show an animation, that they just put a little more effort into this game. So it has Nintendo quality. Cause that's the thing is that the Pokemon, I feel like if you know Game Freak, their stuff like from Pokemon seems a lot very like third party quality and not up to Nintendo standards. So I just hope it has that. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, it's I guess that sort of that situation where it's like, all right, it's gonna sell. You know, like no matter what we do, this game's gonna sell. And I'm not saying they're packing it in or you know mailing it in every single time, but yeah, it's like. Imagine just one of these Pokemon games didn't sell well, you know, and they'd be like, man, we need to like reinvent what Pokemon is to get people interested again, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I mean, I have a feeling like they'll have a couple new ideas that'll be like, oh, okay, that's sort of cool, you know, but I feel like it's probably just going to be another Pokemon game, but you know what? I'm down to check out like a sweet, visually stunning looking game, you know, or you know, maybe not stunning, visually appealing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Now, out of these starters here, we've got Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble.
Sobble, probably.
Sobble, excuse me. Yeah. Now, which one are you going with?
I always go water.
You're a water man.
Always. Oh yeah.
You're gonna get that poor little guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
It's so funny, like when I was watching the thing, just that little like spit of water and then a little frown, you know? It's like, oh, yeah, what a cutie. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like at first I was thinking Grookey, because I like green, I like grass, I like monkeys, you know? It's like
you look like a monkey.
Yep, I look like it could be my brother. Dang it.
You act like one too.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it might be a situation where it'll be a game time decision. But yeah, I feel like pretty decent little starters. I like the reveal of it. Like the little them running around. I thought it was cute. And yeah, Pokemon. We'll hear
late
more about it. Yeah, they said late 2019. I wonder if it's going to be like. I mean, normally you'd think that like November 20th in that range, you know?
Yep.
But I wonder if it's going to be a December game.
Yep. We shall see.
Yes, sir.
But I've heard that Mario Tennis got some new DLC.
Yes, sir. What do we got?
We have the original heroine, Pauline, which is, or I guess she's not the heroine. She's the damsel in distress. She storms the court, baby.
You like that?
Taking an OG. Yeah, very good.
Storms the court. That could have been like a press release, you know?
Yeah, Pauline,
but that was all me.
Smash. Kind of surprised she's not in Smash, to be honest. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Is she an assist trophy? I could
she
totally
might be.
See her being a DLC character.
Yeah, I mean, totally. That would make sense. It would be because I could see her having like the band come up and like as one of her smashes or something, or maybe the final smash or something.
She was so prevalent in Odyssey. Anyway, but before that she has to warm up in a game of Mario Tennis.
Yeah, she got to get loose, ready to go.
I love the Pauline, the return of Pauline. It's so great.
She back,
so
baby.
Yep. But I think this next bit of info is going to interest you.
Yep. Sad news, really. We talked about Resident Evil, the remake, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4 coming to the Switch, which are all great things. The bad thing is that these are set to launch digitally at almost double the price of other consoles. So they are
awful.
So they're $29.99 each for the Switch. Each.
Oh my goodness.
They now what I could not find the exact price they launched for in like American dollars. But they launched at £15.99 on PS4 and Xbox One, and they're selling for £29.99 pounds as well. So I'm assuming with that, essentially almost double the price from the launch. Like, and I understand the Switch tax, but that should be a physical cartridge tax, not a digital download tax.
Yeah.
I will say, I will not be buying any of these games at that price.
It's like, okay, I'm going to be completely honest, and I'll say that if Resident Evil 4 released physically $29.99, I would think about buying it.
You would buy it, dude. You'd be, Casey, you better get on Best Buy and send it on over.
That's true. It'd be
you know the deal.
But no, I just think that I think that like I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan, you know. Like I'm just not. I like it. I'm not. It's just not my. It's not.
Oh no, I get
you know. So I don't know if I would, but anyway,
you totally would.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, but just so you know, I mean, you'd be cool. What if they were $19.99? Would that be a little more?
That would definitely be better.
Yeah,
I think $14.99 should be how much they
would
are.
Have been the goal. Yeah, they really are double what they should be.
Like you said, $19.99 I could live with. Like Final Fantasy 9, I think was $20.99. Like, and I thought that was too high too.
That's so funny.
So it's like these games, you know.
Yeah. Still,
but
I mean,
Capcom, they'll put it on sale at some point. I'm sure.
Exactly. Capcom puts their games on sale. They had Resident Evil Revelations and the Mercenaries game on 3DS and on the Wii U. They had what is it? Did I just say it? Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah.
They had that for like $5 each at multiple times.
Yeah, these will knock down for sure.
They're gonna. Capcom always has sales, and they will be half off easily. They'll be $10 within a year.
It wouldn't surprise me if.
And I'll pick them up then.
Well, I was gonna say, it wouldn't surprise me if that was sort of their rationale. Like, all right, we'll get like the hardcore Resident Evil fans who are gonna begrudgingly buy it for $29.99.
Exactly.
And then we'll get
I have to spend money. Oh.
Yeah. And then we'll get the people who go, I'll wait for a sale, and it's $20, it's on sale, I'm buying it now. Like, boom.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, look,
and then it's like,
we were gonna release it for $15 anyway, you idiot.
Yeah. And then, you know, in a year, or 2 years even.
Yeah.
Then it gets down to $10, and then Perry comes along. He's like, oh, of course I'll get that. I'll never play it, but I'll buy it.
Except with that sale, they say, you might want to buy this $10 digital, or you can wait for the physical release coming next month, and you're like, all right, I'll wait.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Casey, pre-order.
I mean, I'm just, okay, yeah. I mean, like, how cool would it be? It would be cool, right, to have all three on a physical thing for $60. You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could, or even if you, like, I don't think they'd put all of them, but, like, put RE and Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0 together, sort of like when because I remember I bought the Pure Evil pack, and it was sort of like a box with both games, you know? It'd be sort of cool to put that little throwback, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But cool. Yeah, cool. Now we've got some interesting news here. Next up, Friday the 13th, the game is coming to Switch this spring. It's going to include all DLC, and now I could not find the price. Like, it's not listed on Nintendo's website yet. But from the Reddit comments, it seems to be that it's going to be a $60 game. Now, when you look on other consoles, it's $20.
DOA.
Yeah, and yeah.
Dead on arrival.
It's interesting because apparently this game, I remember when it came out, there was a good amount of buzz. Do you know much about this game?
Well, what's weird, I do know because I remember Ty talking about it on the Famicast. And the weird thing is, in the last Direct, they announced a game that was really similar to this. Remember?
Yeah, yep, that's right.
So that's kind of weird that this is coming out. I thought it was like, okay, they can't get that game, so they're doing this game. But now I guess they're doing this game. Like,
yeah, and what's
Okay.
interesting is apparently like they had more DLC planned, but they got into like a lawsuit
right.
where they cannot make any new content. But I guess they're allowed to still work with what they have, what they have, and refine it. So that's why it's coming to the Switch.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I've heard it's a fun game, but yeah, for $60, no thanks. Honestly, it's like
Oh yeah.
maybe like
Dude,
I could see
I don't
this.
even buy Mario at $60.
Yeah, it's like honestly, if this game was $10, I might buy it and be like, Perry, let's have like a fun night where we try this out, you know, and go from there. But
Yep. Exactly.
Now, moving along to this last bit of news that came out earlier today, which is incredible, and
This is amazing.
I'll let you get this one.
Yeah, Turok, the Nintendo 64 game, is coming to Switch. Apparently on March 18th.
What the heck?
It's my friend's birthday. It was they remastered it a few years ago on PC, and that might be what it is. But
yeah, I was trying to find.
Like,
There was because somebody tweeted at I guess someone who works within the game, and they were like, "Is this true?" And they were like, "Yes, sir." And then the follow up was like, "Is it the remastered version?" And they had not responded yet.
Okay. Well, it kind of. I'm sure
I'd imagine it would
is.
be because
It's
it'd
gonna be
probably
a
just
remastered
be
version of some
easier
sort.
to port over than like the original, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
Well, here we go,
Turok.
Virtual Console. Here we go.
Could you imagine? I guess we don't have to.
Isn't that funny? It's like we didn't want to do the Virtual Console because we wanted to just re-release the games for $20 instead.
Yeah.
Instead of 10. Yeah, dude, that's cool. Did you know that Jules worked on Turok 2? The second one?
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Isn't that cool?
Good old
Yeah, so-
Jules.
Good old Jules.
Got his hands everywhere.
Pervert.
Yeah. You sicko.
That's really cool though. I'm interested. I've always been interested in this game, and especially in the remastered version. It sounds awesome. So I'm interested.
Amen, brother.
Sounds cool. Yeah. So that brings us to our mini topic of the show. Mini topic?
Yeah. Miniature.
Yeah, why not? Miniature. And we're gonna talk about the Switch's 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, man. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
It's insane because you just I still think of the Switch as the new console, and obviously it's the newest to have released, you know, so it still has that appeal to it. But yeah, 2 years, man. I was thinking about that the other day. I guess because the 3rd was Saturday, right? No, Sunday. So I remember sitting there and I was like, 2 years ago today, it was a Friday. I had taken off work. And I had all weekend to just play the Switch. And I remember when it's like finally got it in your hands, you open that box, you know, you're like so delicate with it. You're like, I don't want anything to happen to this thing ever, you know? And then, oh man, and it's funny because the 2-year Switch anniversary sort of coincides with our 2-year anniversary of being on staff with Nintendo World Report,
And meeting each other in PAX and everything.
Yep,
you know?
the first time we got to hold hands. I mean, we met.
The first time we touched mustaches. Yeah. I mean, saw each other.
Yeah, we knocked boots. We're doing this wrong, aren't we? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I know. I can't believe it. But then again, like, at the same time, it is funny because it does seem like it was just yesterday. But then it's like, that was 3 PAXs ago.
Yeah, I mean,
like, that's a long time. Like, that wasn't, like, that's crazy. Like, we've been to Boston and San Antonio, like, Boston twice and San Antonio.
Well, it's funny to me because the first PAX I went to was 5 years ago then.
Right.
Because,
crazy.
yeah, Sandy and I went. Then Sandy, Caitlin, and I went, and then you and Jill joined up that following year, and the rest is history.
The rest is
mystery history.
Yeah, yeah, and it is fun that you know, and it's also anniversary of Breath of the Wild. 2 years already. I mean,
Well,
Pretty crazy. It's a 2-year-old game now.
it's so funny too because I'm thinking of the games I got on launch day. You know, it's like I got obviously, yeah, I got Bomberman, you got Zelda, you got Fast RMX. That was my first Switch review. You know, what Snipper Clips,
or, Blaster Master. Yeah, Snipper Clips.
Snip Clips. And what's funny is it's like normally, you know, like a Zelda game, I'm gonna want to sit there like. No one, like, I don't want to talk to any, it's like, I just want to play this, I want to experience it, but the way Breath of the Wild is, it was so awesome and, like, truly, like, a special moment. You know, you and me playing together, like, obviously completely separate games, and I remember it was even like, oh, what way did you go when you got off the,
I went east, and I went south.
And it's like, well, I'm going the opposite way. And to just sort of be like, oh man, I ran into this, and you're like, well, I ran into this, and it was just really cool because we played for hours. Like I'm pretty sure we just kept that Skype call going. It's like I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to eat. You know, like Skype was still rolling. You know.
Yeah, man.
So good.
So much fun. Yeah, classic. It was a time to remember.
It really was, and the good times have for the most part continued on. I mean, first and foremost, I don't think anyone could have predicted how well the Switch would be, like, the reaction and reception to it. You know, I think everyone, you know, I don't want to say everyone, I should say there were a lot of, I remember after I guess, was it January 3rd? No, or January 13th. I forget. When they first, remember they had that, like, press conference in Japan? That was like, this is the real first details you're going to get on it.
Sure.
And I remember people being like, I don't know, man. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it looks great. But then, bam, to just come out of the gate, just knocking everyone out of the way, you know? It's like, move on.
Totally. And then, like, Reggie on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yep. And then Miyamoto in the crowd with his...
playing guitar, playing the Super Mario theme with the band.
So good, dude.
I know. It's awesome. Now Reggie's gone.
Yep. Well, not yet.
But then, yeah.
Another month.
So I got Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, ARMS.
Odyssey, dude. Odyssey's amazing to me. I mean, it was a great game, but I think just back to that, the launch event in New York, like that was so cool, dude. Got to speak of the Reg, I got to meet the Reg.
Commented on your shirt.
Oh, got a handshake, got a pic.
Yep.
It's blown up and above my bed that I can see every night before I go to bed. No. But yeah, awesome. I mean, it's funny to just think like year one was insane, dude.
Yeah, it really was.
And like
it was the year of Goner.
Oh,
and
I remember because we
Breath
got
of the Wild, Splatoon 2, and
we got Goner, or I got Goner when I was on vacation. We went up to Maine, so it was on like a lake house. Yep. And I remember it was perfect because I was just like, oh, in the downtime, it's like I got that Mr. Shifty. Mm-hmm. I didn't play much Mr. Shifty, let me tell you that, and with good reason. But no, yeah, Goner, man, so fun, and like so many little. I'd say the Switch opened me up to indies, you know, and it might just have been because
otherwise you got nothing.
Well, not necessarily.
What kind of?
I mean, compared to the Wii, it would have been the Wii U. But better still, if it was just,
I guess,
just first party and like main, you know, not indies. But
you got Doom.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of AAA offerings as well. I mean, like more so than the Switch ever had. I mean, the Wii U ever had.
Dead Cells.
The Babla. But I just think back to like the Wii U. Like, sure, a couple indie games came out, and like the 3DS too. Like that's, you know, Mutant Mudds, like those games were I played and stuff. But now with the Switch, there's so many little games that it's just like, yeah, when would I have ever played Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2, Perry? I know you were waiting for me to mention it.
Thank you.
You put it off on your bingo board. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just the Switch. I still can't believe it.
Yep. And where's it gonna go? You know, what's gonna happen? Like Switch Mini, upgraded Switch, and when's it gonna? You think we're gonna get a new Switch announced this year?
Yeah, I mean that all the rumors point to that, right?
I guess.
Apparently, or rumors out there are pointing to.
I'm just trying to think of what it could be. I guess the Switch Mini is where people are saying, and it makes. I guess
that's
it could do it. It's just.
That's the only thing. I mean,
you know,
unless if like it's just literally going to be a situation where it's just like a beefed up version, you know, like a new Switch. I can't imagine they're not going to go bigger because you can't really, right? Because I mean, unless you're making monster Joy-Cons to fit on there.
Ooh, I'd take that.
I could see like a mini, especially like
a Vita size
to coincide with like a Pokemon release.
Yeah.
Where you have like there are no Joy-Cons per se, but that gets a little dicey in a situation where you're trying to play Super Mario Party. You know, it's gonna say
well, then you just have to buy Joy-Cons.
You have to, yeah. I guess you could just put like requires Joy-Cons.
Yep.
But yeah, the Mini is the only thing that would really, to me, unless if like I said, they're going to just be a beefier Switch, but that doesn't seem very Nintendo-esque, right?
Mm-mm.
So a Mini could be good. You knock the price down to you don't have to include the dock, and you sell it for $200.
Yeah, for $199. That's what I'm thinking.
And then people, that Pokemon crowd who I need my Pokemon, but I can't afford the $300. Well, maybe I can scrounge together $200. And it's a little more palatable.
Yep. Or even they make even some more cuts. Make it $149, and you know what I mean? Like it's
you can knock it. I mean,
I don't know.
Obviously, it's 2 years now, so it's like pieces are going to get cheaper. But obviously, if it's smaller and
is
stuff,
going to take away a lot.
Yeah, the dock's $90.
Even
right?
no You could even get away with no charger, like no charging.
Just like I hate when they do that, but it is a way to cut the cost.
Yeah. Crazy.
But yeah, man, it's just
good old Switch 2 years.
Now, I think this is way getting out ahead. What's going to be after the Switch? Is it Switch 2? Like, is this
it's
essentially?
Not Switch 2,
well, yeah, of course,
yeah.
But it's got to be, right?
It's gonna do what a Switch does, and it'll probably have Switch games on it, and that's the beauty of the standardized screen and stuff. I mean, you could probably backwards compatible. It'll have Joy-Cons, just better everything. I think it'll just be an upgraded.
Maybe not so innovative, but just perfecting.
Have an actual good D-pad like on it.
We ain't got no D-pads.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that's weird. It definitely has to do that. But they're very sure about their 3DS successor or that idea.
Oh man, I won't lie. I would be on board for another 3DS, dude.
I don't know what that'd look like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would probably just be another iteration where, again, it's going to be this is where the home for smaller titles is going to be. But
I'll take that if I can dock it and play the games on my.
So you just want a Switch still?
Well, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't. It makes more sense to just concentrate on one and put. Even though, now we're seeing Box Boy,
effort into so get more stuff out like that. Yeah.
That's where I think they need to shift some focus. Give us those Nintendo quality smaller experiences that we got on the 3DS. We want them on the Switch. Give us some themes for Pete's sake.
Yeah. Maybe not let so much crap onto the eShop,
I think we're long gone past that obstacle, yeah.
We can always stop. Reggie's leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine Reggie was the one who was allowing all... Yeah.
All right.
There will be no crap on this system. You're getting purged.
Yep. Yeah,
Vroom in the night sky.
We'll be taken
off the eShop.
Vroom in the night sky. Published first-hand physical. Yeah. Let's go.
By Nintendo, yes.
Yep. I would buy that.
Yeah, I know you would. I would probably buy it even if it was by Poisoft or whoever Poison. I forget what they're.
Yeah, Poison. Poison software.
It's something weird like that.
I think it is. Oh, that's one of the best parts. Also, honestly, Room in the Night Sky, one of my favorite parts of the Switch's lifetime. The meme that created that you reviewed it, the press release after that with the amazing English.
Oh yeah.
about saying like forgive us and like we have a new content patch coming, but they could barely talk. It was magic. It was just magic. It was magic in the night sky.
Yeah, that was one way to start off my NWR career. You know, get that nice 2 out of 10 out of the way.
Yep, amazing. It didn't look that bad.
Well, it looked cute, and I was like, all right, like this could be a fun little game. And
I remember you standing in our hotel room being like, I don't know, this game looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like it could be cute, you know.
I'll play this on the ferry.
Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, and then I remember like playing like one level. I was like, oh no.
Oh boy,
we're in trouble, bro.
Dude, I want Vroom 2.
Yeah,
I want Vertum in the night sky.
Yeah, dude, maybe we should do it.
All right. Honestly, though, it's at that point where it's like if Limited Run did a Vroom in the Night Sky or like Super Rare, like I think that's just funny, and I think people would buy it just because it's funny. Like honestly, it's funny.
Yeah, a special place in history. All right, Now let me ask you, Perry. I got a couple questions here. I want answers, and I want them relatively quick. Okay.
All right.
Biggest disappointment for a game on Switch.
Biggest disappointment for a game on Switch. Kirby.
Okay. Give us like a 2-sentence explanation why. Because Casey bought it for me.
They made a game that was already too easy, even easier.
All right. Let's say favorite indie game.
Favorite indie game, Kingdom 2 Crowns. I'll say that.
All right, let's again a sentence why. We'll go with that to preface each question.
Playing with my wife and the amazing organic strategy.
Favorite multiplayer game.
Favorite multiplayer game.
Or multiplayer experience. The most fun you've had playing a multiplayer game.
Splatoon 2. Right. Absolutely. 100% Splatoon 2.
All right. And finally, favorite game overall on the entire system.
Favorite game overall on the entire system. Oh my goodness, that's a hard one.
If you wanna, or if it's gonna be Kingdom again, we can re-say this as like not your favorite, like AAA / bigger budget game.
Yeah, I'd probably say Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I'll just go with that. Breath of the Wild. I know that's kind of a cop out.
He's
so good though. But I mean, that's just what it is, Or Captain Toad, which is another cop out because that's a Wii U game.
Well, I mean, I would be surprised if it had that much cachet with you to be the best on the entire system.
Oh, I love Captain Toad so much. Yeah. Or Dead Cells.
But
That's crazy, man.
Man, Dead Cells is a good game too.
Yeah. What about you? Flip this around.
We flipping it?
Yep. So what's your biggest disappointment?
Biggest disappointment has to be Octopath Traveler.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, just seeing how visually sweet that game looked, I just sort of was like, all right, this is gonna be bumping game, Like I'm into it, and yeah, man, grind central. No thanks.
Yeah, what a shame, because I would have loved to play that game.
Then we've got favorite Nindy. I mean, we've said it before. I'll say it again. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No way.
Guns. No,
favorite
I'm just kidding.
Nindy?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, it's got to be Goner.
What?
It's got to be Goner, dude.
Goner, yeah.
I mean, honestly, like Guacamelee 2 could be pushing the envelope, but like to me, that was just, I don't want to say more of the same, but it was I've already experienced something similar, where Goner was just something so different and so addicting and amazing and so colorful, even though it's black and white at first, and you're like, there's not much color in this game. You just wait and see.
When it goes when you're good at it, there's color.
Oh yeah. Per's like, what do you mean? This game's completely black and white.
What do you mean, Justin and Casey? You guys.
Yeah, idiot.
Oh, what a plebe.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Yeah. Favorite multiplayer experience. That one's tough. Oh God.
Got Arms.
Arms was
Mario
fun.
Kart? Arms was a pretty amazing.
It was
for
definitely
multiplayer.
fun. I think Mario Kart. See, Mario Kart 8 would be my Wii U one because it was just so much fun. I love that game so
Yeah.
much. Like Smash is super fun, but honestly, like the weekend of Diablo, or like the weekend change of Diablo 3 I was playing, like unbelievably fun. I think it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it had just been a while since I played that game, and like just to see how it came together, really enjoyed that one.
There you go.
And then favorite game on the entire Switch. You know this one, don't you, Perry?
Xenoblade
Guns.
Chronicles 2.
Gore. No. Yes. Yep. Xenoblade 2. Ooh-wee, baby. That's all it needs to be said about that game.
Yep. Ooh-wee, baby.
There you go. There you have
There
it.
you go. Nice.
Yeah, and this year's shaping up to be something special with Animal Crossing. I cannot wait. Oh man, honestly, even Yoshi. After playing that demo, I am ready for Yoshki.
Yoshki. Yep. Okay. Well, now we're going to get to the end of our show.
Yes, sir.
So it's actually pretty long.
Yeah,
Longer than I thought.
we know how to ramble. That's one of the
I-
things we're good at.
That's right. I want to remind everyone we're doing the contest for one more week. We've got a bunch of entries. The contest that we're having is write us in, email, message us on Twitter of segment ideas that we can do, a new segment. And we'd love to hear your ideas, and we're going to pick one and do it. And then that person who gives us the idea we're going to use, we're going to give them a $10 eShop gift card.
Yes, sir.
Out of the kindness of our hearts.
Well, we're just paying them. We're just paying the winner for supplying
Really,
us.
we're just paying them. Yep. Like
This
some
is a paid
honest
gig.
money. Thank you, and we get all the rights to the idea.
Yep. And you just sign over your bank account to us too, and then it'll be good to go.
Did you see I downloaded $1,000 worth of things on your account?
Oh,
April Fools!
gotcha, bro. But can you make sure your Wi-Fi is turned off? I want to play some of those games.
So funny. That's wonderful. But yes, check us out on Twitter at Talk Nintendo Pod. That is Talk Nintendo.
POD.
That's right. And of course, check us out on YouTube, NWR TV. Just type that in.
That's it.
Go to YouTube and search NWR
TV?
That stands for Nintendo Would Report Television.
Yep.
And we have our podcast there, as long as a lot of video reviews, some random unboxings featuring me holding a big knife, and you never know what's on there.
You never know. You always got to tune in to check it out.
And to check it out. And lots of Canadians work on our website too. Of course, check out our website at https // NintendoWorldReport.com.
And if you don't feel like typing all that out, you could just do NINWR.com.
NinWR.com. Yep, there you go.
Much
and
easier.
I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We really appreciate it. We just really appreciate it. We never tell people, but thank you.
Yeah,
It's fun.
you guys are the best. You guys
You really
and
are the
gals.
You guys and gals, you folks. All right, well, Casey, you have a good week. I hope it's filled with Pepsi and cats and...
I saw...
Oh, you still like cats?
Oh, I love cats, dude.
Okay.
I was walking over. I was on break at lunch today, or at work today, and I was just strolling around, and I saw a cute little cat, and I was like, "Come here, little kitty," and he ran right away. It was sad.
And he just ran right away.
Well,
Yeah, that's
he
what they
ran
do.
away, and then
Well, they don't love you.
and then I was like, "Hey." And then he stopped and he walked a little closer, and then when I tried to go over there to give him a full
And he's like, "Whoa, you want to love me?
Yeah.
What the heck? No.
"Dang it,
Pervert."
yeah." Oh, he was a
meowing
cutie.
Pervert
He was a
to all
cute
the
little
other
cat.
cats.
Oh, I
Yeah,
miss my cats.
Cats
man.
are cute. You miss? Yeah, no, seriously, it's been a long time since I've seen your cats.
Too dang long.
Too dang long. At least you have the very much superior canine in your house that loves you and likes. I know your cats love you. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, well the Donnie do.
I know.
He's a good old boy.
But Donnie, he is a good boy.
but
Dogs
yes.
are better than cats. All right. See you later.
Poodles.
Honestly, when people say like, you know, the whole Coke versus Pepsi thing, that's like saying like dogs versus cats. It really is to me.
Yeah, except I would say the old Jupe is more similar or closer in value, where a Coke, I mean, it's trash, you know.
It's trash. So you drink trash on a regular basis?
I don't drink trash. Only
do,
when
like
I have to.
May I bring up the... That's so funny. When have you ever needed to drink trash?
When it's the only option.
You can't have water.
Nope.
Oh, no. It's gotta be trash.
Too good.
Yeah.
So in sync, that clap.
That was pretty good. That was like Backstreet Boys.
It is, it is funny to or in sync.
Yeah, that was my joke.
No, I know.
Okay.
It's funny, yeah. Like when like you do another podcast, it's just like,
Yeah.
like almost.
Yeah, I know. Like when there's 4 people.
Yeah. Oh.
And one of them's Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, they're all in that Canadian lag.
David's lag. Like 3, 2, 1. So
Okay.
funny.
All right.
So funny.
You want to
Like
bring
the
us
first
back?
the first few times, like we thought he was kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, David. It was funny the first 3 times.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring us in.
Jalapeno poppers for the boys, you know?